What's up everyone? Today I'm going to be recording a video that I have been meaning to record for a while. It's a macro video, macronutrients. So I'm just going to go over like what they are and let's see what they are, what they do for you, how much you should be getting each day, and yeah. So stay tuned for that, guys. Let's start off real quick right now. So exactly what are macros? So your macros are the nutrients that your body needs in large amounts each day, to function properly, to do everything you need to do to keep you alive. So those are, your fat, your protein, and your carbohydrates. All right, so stay tuned and we're going to go into each one into detail. Okay, we're going to start off with the most important one, protein. So protein is made up of amino acids, and there's 20 common amino acids, and 9 of those 20 amino acids are essential. So they're essential because our bodies cannot make them on their own, and we can only get them from the food we eat. And then the other 11, the body can make them as long as we're giving it the right materials to create it. So that means that we have complete and incomplete proteins. So your complete proteins come mostly from animals. So it's your milk and your meats. And and the complete proteins, they contain all the essential amino acids. And then we have the incomplete. So incomplete proteins, they are lacking in some, or they don't have enough of each of the essential amino acids. And those are typically plant-based. So the closest thing I can find right now is like nuts, beans. Beans also, those are all like incomplete protein sources. So what exactly do proteins do for you then? So let's see. They're important for your blood, enzymes in your body, involved in your hormones. They repair your tissue. So we trying to get big, road to big, so we need proteins. So they help your muscles recover from the damage we're causing inside the gym, so they can become bigger and stronger. And they can also be used for energy, but that's like as a very last resort kind of thing. If you're on the desert, freaking stranded, dying, your body will start using up your muscle tissue. Now we'll get into how much protein you need. All right, so it's generally recommended that so that you get 46 grams of protein for women and 58 grams of protein per day for men. But that's, or like, or multiply your body weight by 0.8 but in kilograms, and that's how much protein you should be taking in per day. But that's like a basic, for everyday people. If you're if you're an athlete, or if you're training consistently, you're training hard, and you're trying to make gains, you gotta get a little bit more. So typically it could be 1.4 to 2.8 times your body weight in kilograms versus that 0.8 for normal people. And if you're like an endurance athlete, you want to stay a little bit on the lower side. And if you're strongman, power lifter, bodybuilder, definitely take in some more. And if you're somewhere in between, or you're just starting, you can definitely go like in the middle range. And what else? And that's pretty much it. So I'll put up a little calculation kind of thing around here. I'm gonna put it up so you guys can actually see all that in words, a little bit easier maybe for you. But next we're gonna go on to fat. Oh yeah, on to the fluffiness. All right, so I know we're all scared of fat. We're not trying to get fat. We want to stay lean, we want to stay nice, we want to stay shredded. But eating fats or lipids, if you want to get a little more scientific, is important, because they provides energy, it protects your internal organs, insulates your body, keeps you warm. It's important for absorbing some vitamins. I don't remember exactly which ones, probably look it up and put it down there. And that's it. That's just important for your body, something you need. Now, it is important that you know that each gram, 1 gram of fat has 9 calories versus protein. I forgot to mention this, but it only has 4. So you can see it has more than double the amount of calories that protein has. That's why it is important to eat fat, but in smaller quantities than you would your carbohydrates or your protein. All right, and then let's get into the different types of fats. So we have saturated fat, which is what's it called? Okay, so to keep it simple, your saturated fats are usually solid at room temperature and typically come from like more animal sources as well. So you find it in milk, your red meat, dairy. That's where you typically find the saturated fat. And then unsaturated, there's monosaturated and polysaturated fats, and your unsaturated fats are typically from plants. So you also find it in nuts. You can find it in all the like oils, so olive oil, canola oil, and what else we have here? Corn oil example, and then also it's the one found in like fishes, like salmon. So that is a type of unsaturated fat. We're gonna keep that simple right there. So we're gonna keep it like that. And then another thing is the trans fats. So the trans fats are a type of fat. I think it's unsaturated. So it's unsaturated fats that have been turned solid through hydrogenation. So it basically turns them into a solid, and it just messes up their makes them abnormal down in their like molecular level and stuff. So yeah, just be aware of those. Those are like in your sweets, your sugars, your pastries, and all like that. That's where you would kind of find those trans fats. Okay, and now how much fat should you have per day? I'll get into that. Okay, so for fat, you want to try to keep it between 20 to 35% of your daily calories. So to keep the math easy and simple too, we'll keep it, let's say someone's trying to get 2,000 calories in a day. So they would, 2,000 times, busting out the handy calculator, times 0.2, nope, that's not it. No, that's not right. Is that right? 2. Okay, that's right. So their low end, 20%, can you see it, would be 400 calories. And then their high end would be 35. High end would be 700 grams of fat. So yeah, just kind of depending. Some people like fat more. Some people are more about their carbs. So depending what kind of you like more, you'll kind of fix that range. But you would typically find, if you're looking at how much fat you should take in, you kind of want to do it at the last one after you've done your protein and your carbohydrates. Speaking of carbs, that's what we're going to get into next. Last one, carbs. So carbs, the main function is energy. Carbs are your energy source. Your body breaks it down to keep you going, keep you alive, and yeah. So there's actually some cells in your body that only use carbohydrates for their energy. I think it's like your brain cells. They only use carbs for energy. So clearly, it's very important. And there's 2 types of carbs. You got simple carbs and you got complex carbs. So we'll start with the simple carbs. Simple carbs are all these cookies, your sugars, your ice cream, all that is like simple carbs. So it's just small, simple chains of like glucose. And it's very easy for your body to break it down. So, they give you that quick burst of energy, that sugar rush you get when you eat some candy. That's it. That's that quick burst of energy from breaking down those simple chains. And then we have complex carbs. So complex carbs are usually like your whole wheat breads, your whole wheat rice, brown rice, stuff like that, you know, more brownish things, and also like sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are a complex source of carbs, and also in lentils and legumes, you can also find some complex carbs there. So with the complex carbs, they are long, more intricate kind of chains of like glucose and sugar molecules versus small little chains for simple carbohydrates. And the complex carbs, you know, take longer for your body to break down and digest, so they'll give you energy longer. And it's good to have your complex carbs, you know, before your workout. You have them like an hour or something before your workout, so you know they're being broken down and they're supplying the energy for you throughout your workout and throughout your day. And then you can have the simple carbs after your workout, you know, to refill the glycogen and, you know, just get your body going again. So, how much carbs should you have per day? And let's see. So it's recommended that you get 45 to 65% of your total calories per day from carbohydrates, and the majority of those should come from complex carbs. So back to the example, if you're trying to get 2,000 calories per day, 45 to 65% of those should be from carbs. So let's bust out the calculator again. So you're doing 2,000 calories per day times 45. So on the low end, 900 calories. 900 of your calories should come from carbohydrates. And then on the high end, putting 4,000 times 0.65 is 1,300 calories. So, you know, just keep in mind your high end, you want to do 1,300, and you can set that up how you'd like. Alright, so that's pretty much going to conclude the video, guys. That's, you know, my little introductory, my little brief lesson into macros, your macronutrients. Not really going over, you know, how to set up your macros and all that, just giving you an idea how to get started, introducing the idea of macronutrients to you, helping you out, just bring you some more information. And if you like the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, you share it with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you definitely do that. So take care, guys. I'll see you next time.